And yeah, anyway, welcome to our Living Well Now Wednesday product education class. Really excited that Andrea, you're leading this one. I know you rocked the one last month, that first one, the first body system, or what was it, hormone? It was
women's reproductive system.
Yeah. So anyway, just excited about all of us learning together how we can keep leveling up in wellness, and really excited to be learning from you tonight. So those of you who are watching this on YouTube, welcome. Definitely be in touch with whoever invited you to check out this video, and just follow up with them, ask them any questions you have. Feel free to reach out to us through the Living Well Now page on Facebook, or contact Andrea through Facebook, or myself as well. Anyway, Andrea, all you, really grateful for you.
Awesome. So just so y'all know, especially those of you who are watching via our Facebook group, you're going to want to jump on over because we're doing 4 giveaways throughout the hour. All right. So if you are interested in getting some product credit to get some of your favorite Young Living products, you're going to want to jump on over. And I do have to apologize. I got jojoba oil in my eyes about 3 hours ago, and my eyes are so irritated. So I feel like I'm constantly like blinking and trying to see well. So if you see my eyes doing weird things through the class, that's what's going on. They're feeling a little irritated tonight. All right, so I'm Andrea. Nice to see your faces. Just a little bit about me. I have been using Young Living products for 14 years this year, which is insane how fast this time has gone. Was introduced by my mother-in-law, which is Aaron's mom. Aaron is not my husband, he's my brother-in-law. I'm married to his brother. But anyway, she gave us oils in our stocking for Christmas. I didn't know anything about them. I was in desperate need of immune system support during the time, and Thieves Oil worked, and it worked really well for me. So I went from total skeptic to believer. I always joke that the oils were my gateway drug into natural living, right? That they opened up my eyes to what this natural world is, and what it can do for us, just holistic health, right? So so that was 14 years ago. We used the oils for 4 or 5 years. We were sharing a little bit here and there, just very casually. And then about 8 or 9 years ago, the timing was right for me to dive into the business. So you're going to get to hear more about that at our 6 o'clock class. If you stick around, that's about a 25-minute class that'll go from 6 to 6:25. I'll dive a little bit more into my business story. But we are talking about products today that can support your lymphatic system. And I will be totally honest with you that when I drew the stick for teaching, we didn't really draw sticks, but that sounded more fun. When I was chosen to teach the lymphatic class, I was kind of like, really? The lymphatic system? All right, how exciting is this going to be? But apparently 43 of you thought it was going to be exciting. And I'll tell you, as I dove into the research and started learning more, I was completely fascinated. And I have an all new respect for our lymphatic systems. So let me pull up the PowerPoint and we will get started. Okay. So first we need to give the caveat that we are not doctors, we're not health professionals, we're not making any claims, we're not telling you what you should do with your body. You are the CEO of your own health. You partner with doctors and other professionals, but ultimately we have learned that we are the CEOs of our own health, and so we should be the ones in charge of it. So I'm not telling you what to do, you get to decide that. All right. So why does the lymphatic system matter, and what causes it to stress? Let's take a quick look at that. First of all, lymphatic system is an integral part of the immune system. So if you are somebody who seems to get sick fairly frequently, most likely, probably not even most likely, definitely your lymphatic system is taxed. All right, so you want to look at supporting your lymphatic system. When the lymphatic system is blocked, it can't carry out the duties, and it impairs the immune system. So, and when it's taxed, okay, when there's blockages, when it's sluggish, things like that, it's going to cause inflammation in your system, infection, and then one of the most common of the cancers out there, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. My uncle actually had that. He's a survivor of that. Thankfully, it's not, it wasn't fatal. So very grateful to have him around 25 years post. But it accounts for 4% of all cancers, and it is directly related to the lymphatic system. So we want to do everything we can on the proactive end for our health to support instead of having to be reactive when something happens to us. So the lymphatic system can be hindered by the following: surgery, radiation therapy, injuries like sprains, strains, breaks can cause issues with like on-site lymphatic issues in the area, like it can break vessels and cause blockages in those areas. And then you get things like the edema, stuff like that. Arthritis can cause issues. But here are the 4 that I really want to focus on, because we all, maybe we've had injuries before, and I've had a sprain once, but I haven't had any breaks. And I haven't had a surgery or radiation therapy that contributed. But all of us are affected by our sleep habits, our diet habits, our water drinking habits, our activity, and the products that we are using. All right, so we're gonna focus more on that today. I want you to know, well, let's look at really quickly, just learning a little bit more about the system. And then we're gonna look at how you can tell if perhaps you have a sluggish lymphatic system. All right. So the lymphatic system is a network of tissues and organs that primarily consist of lymph vessels, lymph nodes, and lymph. It helps rid the body of toxins. So think bacteria, viruses, cancer cells, waste, anything that's unwanted material in the body, the lymph system is helping with. It also helps keep your bodily fluids balanced. So a lot of times our cardiovascular system will leak some fluids, and the lymph system will help absorb that and help redistribute and make things balanced out how they need to be. The lymph system also has helps with proteins in our body and helps with fats in our body. But its main function is to transport the lymph, okay? And it takes it to our lymph nodes. You know, when you get sick and your lymph nodes swell, you can feel them, sometimes they're sore. That is your body in the lymph nodes with the white blood cells trying to process the toxins, trying to break down the viruses, the bacteria, and things like that. There are 600 to 700 lymph nodes in the human body, from the head to around the knee area. And so the tonsils, adenoids, spleen, bone marrow, and thymus are all parts of the lymphatic system. The spleen is located right, you see, like right about here. Okay, that's your spleen. Your thymus is right here. Obviously, y'all know where your tonsils are. Maybe some of you had your tonsils or adenoids removed as a kid. So yeah, so those are the main pieces of the lymphatic system. And the most common diseases of the lymphatic system are enlargement of the lymph nodes, swelling due to lymph node blockage, cancers involving lymphatic system. So once again, this is on like the unwellness side, which is not what we're going to be focused on tonight. We want to focus on what are the proactive things that we can do. So here's how you know if your lymphatic system is a little bit sluggish. Okay, rings get tight on your fingers, like your fingers swell, puffy skin or edema, soreness and stiffness when you get up in the morning, arthritis, cellulite, lethargy. Do you know that? So cellulite is a sign of a sluggish lymphatic system, because you've seen people who are really skinny that have cellulite, right? It's not about being overweight. Cellulite is not about being overweight. It is about a sluggish lymphatic system. So we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. Lethargy. If you're just always tired, it could be sluggish lymphatic system. Cancer obviously is related to lymphatics. Brain fog, diabetes, cold hands and feet, chronic inflammation, itchy skin, bloating, water retention, bad skin like dry skin or acne or premature aging, breast swelling and soreness that's cyclical with your menstrual cycle, chronic headaches. All of these things can be related to your lymphatic system. And so if you can imagine like a free flowing river, where things are just moving nicely along. It's fresh. You want to be around it, right? Don't you want to be around like a moving body of water? It's life. It's energizing. You wouldn't necessarily be too scared to drink out of it or get a little bit of it in your mouth, right? But I want you to imagine like a stagnant pond of water where there's like bugs like buzzing around it, floating around it, and you're just seeing like sludge and stuff floating, right? You're going to be a little bit more hesitant to take a big sip of that water because it's very different water, right? And so same thing with our lymphatic system. When we do the things to take care of it, it's free flowing, it's free moving, it's able to take care of the toxins, it's able to address viruses and bacteria and things like that as it comes into contact with it. But when it's sluggish, when there's blockages, when we're not doing the things that are supporting it, then we're going to get sick because it's not able to do its job to clean waste and to get rid of the toxins that we're being bombarded with. All right, so, two real quick facts that I thought was interesting. We have twice as much lymph as we do blood. Thought that was interesting. And if your lymph system didn't work for just 24 hours, you would be dead. If for just 24 hours we didn't have our lymphatic system, we would die. So talk about an important system in the body, right? We need the lymphatic system. All right, so first question before we move on. So this is for a $20 product credit. So in the chat feature, you're gonna go down and write the answer to this question. What interested you in coming to a class on the lymphatic system? Why are you here? Why'd you come? So you're gonna throw that in the chat really quickly. Erin will be drawing a random winner from that, and we'll announce that as we come around to the next question. Give you guys about 20 seconds on that before we really move forward. We're going to start by talking about oils. Oh. All right. Okay, so oils. I'm going to go over some of the single oils and then a few of the blends. I'm curious how many of you have a handful of these. I know that as I look at this list, there are several citrus oils, and as you look at the blends, there are a couple that come, three that come in the starter collection. So if you came in with the Young Living starter collection, you have Thieves, Digize, and Citrus Fresh already. Okay, so let's talk about what some of these do. So Ledum helps to thin the lymph. All right, so if it is a little bit sluggish or it's a little bit thick, and one of the reasons, guys, for thick lymph, which is not good, you don't want that, is lack of water. We are supposed to have half our body weight in ounces every day. So most of you have probably heard that. If you haven't heard that, I want you to think about that. So if you weigh 150 pounds, cut that in half, 75. So you want to have at least 75 ounces of water a day, okay, to keep everything functioning as it should be. And with oils like Citrus Fresh, okay, this is not a Vitality one, so I can't recommend that you put this one in your water because it's labeled for topical aromatic. As a CEO of my own health, I choose to because it's the exact same oil that's in the Vitality labeled bottle. But anyway, a Vitality citrus oil, you just add it to your water. It helps to flavor it. It's going to help you to drink more water, and it's going to support your lymphatic system. So it's a double whammy. All right. So Ledum, as I said, thins the lymph. It's also a heavy metal chelator. So you think about, your lymph's role in helping to remove toxins. If you can add something that's helping to chelate metals from your body, that's not a bad thing, right? That's going to be helpful. Grapefruit oil, it also thins the lymph just like the Ledum, and it helps with stagnancy. So it's going to help to get the lymph moving. It's a detoxifying oil. It's a cleansing oil. It has diuretic properties, which means it's going to help you to urinate. It's going to help to remove water, help you to push that through the system. Let's see what else. Oregano is an amazing immune support oil. And it also helps to dissolve some of the sludge that's in the lymphatic system. All right, so that's oregano. Thyme oil, also amazing for the immune system, and it can help drain some of the congestion. I feel like thyme is one of those oils, guys, if you don't have it in your collection, add it to your collection because it is such a powerhouse. If you go onto, help me out, Aaron, PubMed.gov, is it .gov or PubMed.gov?
.gov.
Yeah, PubMed.gov, and just type in thyme oil. You will see all kinds of research on thyme oil. If you have this book, where do I have it? This Essential Oils Reference Guide, and you look up thyme oil, you'll see what a powerhouse that oil really is. Okay, let's see. Let me talk about a few others on this list. You might want to just screenshot this because I'm not talking about all of them. Lemongrass is great for detox, also diuretic. Tangerine oil, orange oil, or other citrus oils. So, you know, they're going to be similar to grapefruit. They're all very detoxifying to the system. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Cypress. It's decongesting. It's great for the circulatory and lymphatic system. Helps with water retention, stimulating. So guys, if you are, you know, sometimes after a long day and you can like push on your skin on your legs and it stays pushed in, you know what I'm talking about? Using some cypress and some grapefruit or cypress and tangerine and just rubbing, maybe adding it to a little bit of a carrier oil and just rubbing your legs up and down with that is going to be really helpful to your lymphatics. All right, let's see, cassia, which is one that not a lot of people have, but this one is good for normal inflammation levels in the body and to help the lymph flow freely. And then Dorado Azul, also another one that might be newer to you, is really good for immune system support and for circulation as well. So obviously these oils, guys, have a lot of other uses. We're just focused on how can they be used to support the lymphatic system. And then if you look at the blends, surrender, release, gratitude, those are all more emotional supportive oils. Not that they can't help with physical stuff, obviously they can, but the intent of those blends was for emotional support. And when you see the emotion that is connected to some of the lymphatic organs, you'll understand perhaps more why some of those in transformation are on this list. So keep those in mind. We'll come back to those as we move on to the emotional role that the lymphatic system plays. These obviously for immune system support. Digize, because when you have a sluggish digestive system, I guarantee you that your lymphatic system is also sluggish. So any sort of digestive support that you can give is going to also impact your lymphatic system. You know, what's interesting is that the lymphatic system is so, I think, underappreciated. And if you go to like just a regular doctor, they're not even going to pay any attention to the lymphatic system, most likely. I can't say 100%, but the normal doctor is not going to pay attention to the lymphatic system until like there's huge problems with it, right? And they have to pay attention to it. But we know that the lymphatic system is always involved. When we have low immune system or when we've got digestive stuff, we know that we are unintentionally harming our lymphatic system as well. All right, Aroma Life is great for the circulatory system as well as the lymphatic system. That's a really awesome blend of, let's see, helichrysum, ylang ylang, marjoram, and cypress are the four that are in that. Energy increases circulation or supports healthy circulation, increases vitality in the body. Okay, it's just it's, as the name suggests, it's an energizing oil blend. Citrus Fresh has all of those good citrus oils in it, guys. So it has orange, tangerine, lemon, mandarin, grapefruit, and then it has spearmint in it. It's one of my favorites to add to water. Okay, Melrose is going to be immune system supporting. So is Exodus 2. So is InuPower. So if you think about how the lymphatic system and immune system work kind of in tandem. It's kind of like a both and. So if you can do things to support your immune system, you are indirectly supporting your lymphatic system because you're bringing help to the lymphatic system in its job, right? One of the things about the spleen, one of the lymphatic organs, is that's where the B cells and the T cells are created. And those are white blood cells, right, that go and fight infection and that create antibodies, all right? So anything you can do to support the immune system is making the job of the lymphatic system easier. It's taking pressure off of the lymphatic system. Okay, so we're gonna do something really quickly. I want you guys to grab an oil that you have in your possession from this list. And think about it, you want it to be one that's not gonna burn on your skin. So my skin is fine with citrus oil. Some people's skin is a little bit sensitive with citrus oils, but grab one that would not be, that would be okay on your skin. Good examples of that would be ledum would be fine, myrtle, rosemary should be fine, cypress would be fine, dorado azul, if you have it, would be fine. Any of those emotional blends, surrender, release, gratitude, transformation would be fine. Aroma life would be fine. Energy should be okay. Melrose would be fine. Anyway, so I'm giving you a moment to grab an oil from the list. Also, there's a few, not every oil that supports the lymphatic system is on this list. Geranium, I left that one off. That's a good support as well. There's others. Frankincense is helpful. So there's a lot of them. So we are going to actually work on, and it's funny because I was doing this, I was practicing it right before we started the call, and already things started to drain, like right before I got on the call. We're gonna do it again. So we're gonna work on some lymphatic drainage really quickly. This is something really simple you could do. I'm gonna give you some other modalities as we go a few slides from now. But since we already are talking about the oils, and I like to use oils with this, we're gonna do it. So you're just gonna put a drop or two of the oil on the tip of your fingers and rub your fingers together. So it's on the tips of your fingers. And when you do lymphatic massage, it is so light touch. It's not the same as like muscular massage, right? It's super light touch. Think about like a nickel or a quarter dropping in your hand, the kind of pressure that you would feel from that nickel or quarter sitting in the palm of your hand. That's the kind of touch that you're doing with lymphatic. So we're gonna start here, okay, kind of on that clavicle, and find that notch, like right here. You're gonna put your ring finger there, and then lay your hands there, and then you're just gonna go above to the soft area above it, and you're gonna pull down, but super gently, all right? So if we were doing a whole session, we would do this 40 or 50 times. We're just gonna do it like 20 times for sake of time. So just pull down. I'm gonna be quiet as we finish this. Okay, so now it's kind of where everything drains. So we want to, like, when you're unclogging something, right, you want to start at the bottom, get unclogged before you move up. So now we're going to go here, right, kind of behind the ears, the sides of the neck. You probably know where you've had some swollen lymph nodes before back there. And you're going to do the same thing in just a downward motion, really lightly, about 20 times. You want to get another drop of your oil, you can do that. It's be a good time to put a little more on. Okay, and now you're going to move right to the back of your neck. So further back, the tips of your fingers are basically going to be touching right under that, the little indentation, kind of at the base where your head and your neck start. You're going to start there, and you're doing the same thing, just downward motion with your fingers, very gently. And you might already be feeling some drainage in your throat just from doing this. Okay, and then you're gonna make the Star Wars hands. You're gonna go like this. You're gonna take on the side, so the two in front of your ear, two in back of your ear. and you're just going to come down like this. Like I can feel drainage just from doing this. Okay. Awesome. Just gave your lymphatic system a little love. So then you could go back and, you know, start back here again, and then go to the sides again, and then here. But for sake of time, we're going to end so that we can finish on time. All right. Let me see. We're going to talk about supplements really quickly. Oh, how did I get that blue line? I don't know what I did there. That must be, I have no idea what I did. Okay, we're gonna ignore it. All right, so I'm just gonna go through really quickly why some of these would be important. 5-day nutritive cleanse. Like I talked about, your digestive system. If you don't have a functioning digestive system, if you are not going to the bathroom once or twice a day, bowel movement once or twice a day, your digestive system is not functioning like it should be. I remember sitting, when I was still a teacher, I remember sitting in the teacher's lounge with like 4 or 5 other teachers. And we were talking about bowel movements. And they were saying that they went like every 3 days. And I was like, people, that's not normal. And they're like, well, our doctor said that that was normal. Okay, it might be typical, but typical does not mean healthy. It does not mean, you know, how it should be, right? Just because a lot of people don't have functioning digestive systems does not mean that it's okay and that you're going to have health when you're only going to the bathroom once every 3 days. So 5-day nutritive cleanse is a kit that Young Living sells that is going to help get things moving in the body. Also, you know, people shed somewhere between 5 to 10 pounds generally when they do the 5-day nutritive cleanse. All right, the cleansing trio, this is specifically for the colon, cleansing the colon, all right? And it has enzymes with it. It has something called ICP that really like scrubs the intestinal walls. And what's the one I'm forgetting? It has the enzymes, it has the ICP, oh, and comfort tone, okay? And comfort tone is helping to soften stool so that it can go through. So if you are somebody who struggles with constipation, which also can be related to the lymphatic system, right? I mean, it is a symptom that your lymphatic system is sluggish. The cleansing trio would be a great supplement to try out. And there's instructions in this book. This is one of my favorite books when it comes to essential oil usage. Inner transformation using essential oils. This is all about cleansing using essential oils and supplements. But anyway, so that's the cleansing trio. One thing I want to say about enzymes, and so you'll see on the right side of this list, detoxime, that is one of the enzymes that Young Living has. But in the cleansing trio, it's essential zyme that comes with it. And essential zymes are amazing. I say they're like little Pac-Men, okay? And so you take them between meals and they go around and they're just going to clean up the blood and the lymph. That's essential zyme, all right? So they're helping to lower the burden in your body of all of the junk that you have floating around in your blood and lymph. So that's one of the products that's within that cleansing trio. All right, the ImmuPro, this is a supplement that I only suggest taking at night before you go to bed. It has melatonin in it, which is supportive of the immune system. It also has a Ningxia wolfberry in it that's supportive of the immune system, and some other things. But those are the 2 main ingredients in it. And one thing about melatonin, obviously, is that it makes you sleepy. So especially if your immune system is low and you're fighting something, you want to make sure you're getting good sleep. This is a good product to take to support the immune system. Inner defense, you think about what's in it. It has, if we looked back at that oil list, clove was on the list. Rosemary is good for lymphatic system. Thyme and oregano were both on that list. And all of those are in inner defense. And this is a supplement that I take at the first I don't want to use that word, first thought that perhaps my immune system is needing a little support, inner defense is one that I will take. Okay. Super C chewables obviously helps the immune system. It also helps with C vitamin helps with white blood cell formation and proliferation of white blood cells. So a great supplement to take just to bolster your immune fighting power with those lymphocytes, the white blood cells. All right, Valor deodorant, why is that on here? So one of the things that is a hindrance to our lymphatic system is the products that we put on our bodies. So anything that's toxic, anything that is clogging our skin cells so that they can't sweat and breathe, things like that, we want to avoid, we want to get rid of. And so it's one of the reasons that I love Young Living is because they have all of these non-toxic, clean products that we can use instead of the things that we were buying at Target or Walmart that have junk ingredients in them. And so antiperspirants, this is something that I learned right at the beginning. Remember I told you that this is the gateway drug into natural living for me. I was using an antiperspirant. I didn't know anything. I didn't know any better. But antiperspirants have aluminum in them, which clogs our skin. And so we can't sweat. And when that sweat is not released, guess what? All of the toxins that we're trying to release through the sweat is still hanging out in there. And there is a huge correlation between breast cancer and using antiperspirants. So Valor deodorant is a great option. It's not an antiperspirant. It's a great option to go to when you ditch the toxic deodorant. It smells so good, and it's not going to cause any problems with your lymph and sweating and all of that stuff. So multigreens has chlorophyll in it, which is really supportive of the lymphatic system. Just greens in general are supportive of the lymphatic system. So that's one that I love taking. You know, none of us have perfect diets, but bolstering with food, like with green food, like multigreens, I think is a huge support. And it's funny, we were just joking that multigreens shows up on like, so far, everything that we've done, all of the systems, it'll probably be on every system. So you can know that it's one that's really supporting everything. Digest and Cleanse is a supplement just to help, once again, with your digestive system, which we talked about how that impacts the lymphatic system. Same thing with Life 9, it's a probiotic. And so you want to have good gut health, and probiotics are something that helps with that gut health. And then Detoxine, like I talked about, the enzymes are going to help to detox the lymph and detox the blood. So taking enzymes on a daily basis is a really good idea. I always say if there's only like a couple of supplements that I could take from Young Living daily, like I wasn't allowed to have anything else, it would be enzymes and Ningxia Red. And multigreens would be a close third behind. All right, so let's see, Cell Light Magic. So this is the massage oil that was created for cellulite. That's why it's called Cell Light, because all of the oils in it support the lymphatic system. So this is something that you can rub directly on cellulite. Obviously, rub anywhere that you're dealing, you know, with like issues like after standing on your feet all day long or whatever. Great oils that were on that previous list that we looked at. Okay, so we've looked at some oils, we've looked at some supplements. Arian, if you want to give us our first winner, and then I'll ask the next question.
Yeah, perfect. Hey, quick 2 questions.
Yes.
About the cleansing trio. Would the cleansing trio be something that you could have while on a strict diet? Do you like?
I would assume so. You would just need to look at the ingredients and I don't know what the strict diet is.
Okay.
I'm
not sure.
But it's, you know, it's not food. The cleansing trio isn't food.
Right.
It's just like herbal supplementation and enzymes. So I would assume so, but I would hate to say yes for sure. You need to look at the ingredients.
Okay, cool. And then you mentioned a book. Somebody was asking, what was the name of the book?
Inner Transformation Using Essential Oils.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. And our first winner of the $20 product credit is, I wrote that down, Darcy Alongi. Or Alongi.
Congratulations, Darcy.
I'm going to put the the link to, if you can just fill out this form really quickly for us, that'll make sure we can get you the product credit as soon as possible. So,
okay, we'll do our second question. And once again, those of you who are watching in our Facebook group, LWN Lifestyles, you might want to hop on over because we're going to have 2 more questions after this, and you could win a $20 product credit. We can't give it to you if you're watching from the Facebook group, although we appreciate you watching on the Facebook group. Okay, so the second question is, out of the oils and supplements, ones that you do not already have, what ones are you excited to try, knowing how they will support your lymphatic system? So just give us 1 or 2 products that you're excited to put on your next Essential Rewards order or check out. All right, so we are going to move along. All right, a couple quick recipes for you. If you want to take a screenshot of this, we still got that nice blue line going right down the screen. You're seeing that, right? It's not just on my side, right? Is there a blue line?
Yeah, we see it.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay, so a couple of recipes. Here's a roll-on recipe: 6 drops of cypress essential oil, 6 drops of lemongrass, V6 vegetable oil in a 10 milliliter glass roll-on bottle. This can just be rubbed anywhere, like along your lymphatics or on your legs if they're needing a little support after a long day. And then I also wanted to give you a recipe that you can drink. It's interesting because I found this in a book, and then I'm thinking to myself, I actually don't think that this one oil is Vitality line. So once again, you're the CEO of your own health. I'm not telling you to drink this oil. You could find a substitute that is in the Vitality line. But here was the recipe that I read about. Where is it? Thought I wrote it down. I know what it entails. It was cypress oil and grapefruit. And gosh, I think there was 1 more. If I can't find it in 5 seconds, we'll just move along. And you could just do it with those 2, honestly. Cypress and grapefruit. And what was the third? Maybe it was lemon. I think it was lemon oil. And so it was 1 drop of cypress and then a couple of drops of the others in a ½ gallon of water. And then you can add a little bit of grade B maple syrup. And you just take that, and that is supposed to be fantastic for supporting your lymphatic system. Okay, moving along. Oh, I forgot there was a second one. So here's a body rub. So if you want to take a screenshot of that really quickly, you can do that. Okay. So other modalities to support your lymphatic system. I already showed you how you can work on draining it from the head. Lymphatic pump. So with the recipient lying on their back, hold 1 leg with 1 hand just above the ankle with your palm on the underside of the leg, covering the Achilles tendon. Place the other hand on the bottom of the recipient's foot with your palm over the ball of the foot. I guess I'm going to show you my foot. I didn't really think about how this might be awkward, but so basically you're going to have your hand like this, and then you, without them helping you, this has to be a partner activity. Without them helping you, you are taking their foot and kind of pumping it like this, okay? This is great for somebody who maybe is immobile, like they can't get up, they can't exercise, they can't do things, to help them with moving their lymph. Okay, so if you want to take a screenshot of that, feel free. I'll give you a second there. All right. Dry brushing is a great one that we all can do. It's great to do before getting into a bath. It's going to help open up the pores. It helps, stimulate the lymphatic system. And then you get into a hot bath and use some oils that are detoxifying, things like that. It's a great combination. So you've seen the dry brushes. They sell them at most places, but you're literally just brushing. You want to do it softly until you're skin is used to it. Just you're softly brushing towards your heart. Okay, so legs up towards your heart, arms towards your heart, stomach up towards your heart. And so everything is moving towards the heart. And it's one of the best things you can do to stimulate the lymphatic system. Okay, you could, after doing so, you could put some oils on that are great for the lymphatic system. Okay, and then the next thing is rebounding. So just those little trampolines. If you were to take even 5 to 10 minutes a day just to jump on a trampoline, it's so good. That up and down, that up and down motion is the best thing you can do for stimulating the lymphatic system. All right. So it says rebounding on a trampoline kicks the lymphatic system into high gear, stimulates the one-way valves in your lymphatic system to remove toxins without stressing your joints. Okay. So we've talked on all of our classes so far, we've talked about reflexology and how the foot mirrors the body. And there's different points on the foot that are directly correlated to different parts in the body. So if you look at this, we'll look specifically at the spleen, since the spleen is a huge component of the lymphatic system. You can see it's kind of mid-foot there on the right side. It's an orange circle on the screen. So that is a great location to apply your oils, okay? So if you apply your oils that are for the lymphatic system on the spleen point, you're getting the most bang for your buck, all right? So they will go and support the spleen to do its job. All right, foods for the lymphatic system. Water, cranberries. I'm going to give a little bit of information about a few of these. You want fresh organic cranberries. You don't want like the sweetened juice, but fresh organic cranberries are one of the best things for the lymphatic system. They emulsify fat, breaking it down so it can be carried away. Also helps the kidneys, which helps with hydration. Leafy greens, we already talked about the multi-greens, but leafy greens are very cleansing. So things like kale and wheatgrass and spinach, barley grass, turnip greens, broccoli are all great for the lymphatic system. Garlic supports the immune system and helps to chelate metals. Remember, we were talking about how ledum oil helps to chelate metals. Garlic does the same thing and helps to remove toxins. Garlic can also kill harmful microbes in the body. Ginger helps with inflammation, reduces inflammation. It's also antimicrobial like garlic. Turmeric, there's a lot of talk about turmeric. It's actually in our product Agiles. So if you're looking for a supplement that has turmeric in it, Agiles has that. It is related to ginger, turmeric is, and it helps to reduce inflammation. It helps to thin the blood. It improves circulation. Turmeric is a known cancer fighter. And then I want to read what I have written here about enzymes. We were talking about the detoxzyme, and we were talking about the essential zyme that comes in that cleansing trio. You can buy essential zyme separately too, but it comes as a part of the cleansing trio kit. So this is what I had written down. Enzymes help restore lymphatic transport capacity. They break down undesired excess proteins, help with swelling and inflammation. They remove debris throughout the body that slows circulation. So enzymes are huge. All right, and then let's see, what else from this list? I do want to give you one supplement to be on the lookout for with Young Living. It's been out of stock for a really long time. It's called Rehemagen. And if I were to recommend one supplement for the lymphatic system, it would be Rehemagen, because in Rehemagen, it has red clover, which is a lymph stimulator. It has licorice root, which is a detoxifier. It has, I don't know how you say it, Stilingia, which is a lymph stimulator. It has prickly ash bark, which boosts lymphatic function. It has burdock, which is a detoxifier and supports the kidneys, helps with digestion, supports lymphatic system. It's a purifier. And then it has rosemary and thyme, which are some of our oils that are good for the lymphatic system. It's literally, it's like it was created for the lymphatic system. So that's Rehemagen. And honestly, Rehemagen would be a really great supplement to give to somebody who needed a lot of immune system support. Like they had some stuff going on in their bodies, they're fighting some stuff, and they really needed some support to take the pressure off of all of their systems. I can't really say any more than that, but hopefully you kind of get it. If you want to help them create healthy cells. Okay. So those are, yeah, so there we go. Those are some foods that are going to help. Let's look at a few testimonials really quickly. I massaged frankincense, lemon, and lavender with V6 on some lymph nodes that needed some support twice a day for 3 weeks and felt drastic improvements. After being seen by a doctor for mammary gland disorder, they wanted to remove my lymph nodes to contain the spread. I wanted to try something natural to support my lymph nodes instead. Along with eliminating coffee and wine, I used lemon, orange, and grapefruit vitality oils internally daily and massaged frankincense and Idaho gram fir topically over my armpits and chest area. And then when I begin to feel sluggish and that my lymph nodes need some extra support, I rub Valor and lemon on the bottoms of my feet, as well as perform the lymphatic pump that you just learned about. Okay. I don't have a slide for it, so I'm going to throw this up here just so you can see some ideas of how to put together orders if you want to focus this month on your lymphatic system. Was really able to make that 100 PV level work perfectly with dollar amounts. Didn't do it quite as well with the 190 PV promo level. But just as a reminder, when you order 100 PV worth of products, you get free shipping. So that's the minimum that you order to get that free shipping, which is awesome. And then at the 190 PV level, you get free products. Whatever the free products are of the month at that 190 level, you will get just for placing an order, along with the free shipping. Okay. So I want to give you just a few other ways. How are we doing on time? And then we're going to ask another question. Okay, we're doing okay. So a few other things that can help with moving lymph and supporting the system. The Master Cleanse, if you guys have never done the Master Cleanse, it is the lemon, cayenne pepper, grapey maple syrup, the drink that you drink throughout the day for a minimum of 10 days. Erin, you remember when you and I did that for the first time together? And we were both like a little grumpy on, I don't know what day it was.
Yeah, I do remember.
But anyway, it's fantastic for pulling toxins out of the tissues and moving them through the lymph, clearing out the lymph. Awesome. It's a great one to do quarterly with the changing of the seasons. But I highly recommend before like learning about researching the Master Cleanse and doing the Master Cleanse to do a colon cleanse first. So the cleansing trio would be your way to get that colon cleanse in before doing the Master Cleanse. All right. So we talked about lymphatic massage. Let's see, what else? We talked about dry brushing. Oh, yoga. Yoga and running are great for the lymphatic system. We talked about rebounding, jumping rope. So if you don't have a rebounder, just jumping rope. We're doing jumping jacks. Even squats help to stimulate. Yeah, so there we go. There's a few things. The lymph system is 95% water, guys. That's why it's so important to keep drinking water. So important. Okay, so here is the benefit of the Subscribe to Save program. You get 10%. So Subscribe to Save is Essential Rewards. It's going to be changing. We're going to be getting a new website in the next couple of months. So when it changes over, it will be called Subscribe to Save. You get 10% back for the first 3 months. Then it goes to 20% back and then to 25% back after 24 months. You get to mix and match your products each month with like, I don't even know how many products Young Living has, 500, 600 products. It's very easy to put together your health order every month, right? Like we should be focused on promoting good health. We spend money on our cars. We, spend money on all of these things that sometimes we're the last ones, but if we don't have our health, we don't have anything. So choosing to get better quality products without all of the dangerous chemicals in them and products that are supporting our various body systems is fantastic and something that we should do for ourselves. So you also get little gifts at 3, 6, 9, and 12 months for Young Living to say thank you for being a loyal customer. You can cancel at any time. You can move your day up or back. And so it is definitely the best way to order through Young Living. Okay, I have a question. Go ahead.
Second winner is Ava Gomez. So again, I'll put the link in the chat. If you'll fill that out, that'll be awesome. And we'll get you your $20 product credit. Next question.
Okay, so the next question is, what is one food and one modality, one thing you can do to support your lymphatic system? What, like out of the things that we talked about, what is one thing you can see yourself doing? Maybe you're already doing it. If you're already doing it, that's great. But so one food, one modality that you can do and eat to support your lymphatic system. So throw that into the chat. All right, so we're going to talk about emotions and the lymphatic system. I used to think this was so wacky. You've heard all of us say this on all of our body system classes so far, but our emotions and our physical wellness are so interrelated, and we store emotions in different body parts. It sounds crazy, I know, but it's true. We store our emotions in our body. And so one of the causes for lymph problems in people, it's a warning that the mind needs to be recentered on the essentials of life, love and joy. So a new thought pattern is, I am now totally centered in the love, and that should say joy. We need to fix that. The love and joy of being alive. I flow with life. Peace of mind is mine. And it just feels empowering. When you look at some of these affirmations, it just feels so empowering to say that, to speak that aloud. So if you are someone where you're like, you know what, like I have really not been centered on love or on joy in my life, and I need to get back to that place, this is where you can pull out those oils like gratitude or release or transformation and use those with your affirmations as you're speaking into existence the things that you want to be and the things that you want to believe and the things that you want to see in life. Okay, spleen, because it's a big part of the lymphatic system, we're going to put the emotion related to that. And this is more about obsessions, being obsessed with things. So a new thought could be, I love and approve of myself. I trust the process of life to be there for me. I am safe. All is well. And then the thymus. So this is the master gland of the immune system. So the feeling can be feeling attacked by life, okay, or they're out to get me. So the new thought pattern for this one would be, my loving thoughts keep my immune system strong. I am safe inside and out. I hear myself with love. Isn't that nice? I love it. Okay. So we love to include Bible verses as well, because they're super empowering. So we've got this: go eat your food with gladness and drink your wine with a joyful heart, for God has already approved what you do. So that's about joy, right? Like about joy and living to the fullest. And then may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. And then consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds. So the idea that even in our circumstances, regardless of what we're going through, if we're going through hard things, we can still choose and experience joy. All right. So how do you get started? If you are on this call and you're hearing about all this stuff and you're like, that sounds good to me, let's do this. This is what you do. So our favorite way to get started is with the premium starter kit with essential oils, because you're going to get experience with 12 oils that can do tons of different things. You're also going to get the diffuser and a few other products to sample. That kit is $165, and it gives you 24% off for life as long as you order 50 PV, which is generally equal to dollar amount before taxes, a year. You'll keep that membership forever. So we love, love, love that. I would I highly recommend that you talk to the person who invited you to the call to find out more and to get yourself started on these Young Living products. All right. Here's how you guys can connect with us. On Facebook, we are Living Well Now. Our website is livingwellnow.com, and you can find us on Instagram there. So you guys, thank you so much for being a part of this. We do have one more question. So if you have the answer, or excuse me, do you have the winner of the third question, Aaron?
Yeah, I do. The third winner is Tyler Horton Parker.
Awesome, Tyler, congratulations. And we're gonna do one more really quickly, and we'll give you enough time just to answer that. And while you're answering it, I'm gonna share with you what we're gonna be doing next. All right, so here's the last question. What did you learn? What was something that you didn't know before coming onto this call that you're leaving with tonight? So throw that into the chat, and Aaron will give maybe like 1 minute, and then you can choose somebody. All right, so just so you guys know, coming up next is our intro to the Young Living business call. It's 25 minutes. My husband, Andy, will be joining me momentarily to lead that call. We're gonna basically share with you why we feel it's a no-brainer on the side of whatever you're already doing to begin building a business with Young Living. Only if you're loving the products, right? I know for me, if I don't love something, it's harder for me to share. But if I can authentically share a product that I'm using with people and I can be compensated for it, why not? It's fully in integrity for me to share something that I'm loving and to help people to live a better life with these products. So we're going to share a little bit about that. So we would encourage you, if you are at all interested, to hang around for that. It's a quick 25 minutes, and then we will all be on our way. Next month, I believe the endocrine system, do I have that right? Is endocrine system the month of April? So that'll be our next FI system. I don't know if you remember, Aaron. I can look it up really quickly.
I don't off the top of my head.
Let's see. Yep, it's the endocrine system. So that's awesome. Also coming up in April, we're going to do our next Oily Underground. That's a call you're not going to want to miss. We're doing that every couple of months. And in fact, if you have any cool stories with the oils or supplements that you'd like to share, or you'd be willing to share with other people to help them out, would you reach out to me on Facebook? You can find me at Andrea Hamner, Hamner, Lahman, Lahman. Find me and say, hey, I have a story. I have a story that I'd be willing to share. And we will get you down to share that on our next Oil Underground. Next week, Aaron, what is our class on Wednesday?
Next week is, I believe it's
Intro to the oils, right?
Yeah, intro to oils. Andrew's doing that one. And then the next week is natural skincare. Sarah is doing that one. And I think it's going to be Savvy Minerals focused.
Perfect. You guys do not want to miss that. You do not want to miss that.
And then end of the month is a Now What class, and then the music of essential oils that Ruby K. Allred's hosting.
Oh, fantastic. That class has been a sold out class every time she's done it, from what I hear. So that'll be a really fun class. She's going to be talking about frequencies and how music relates to essential oils. It's going to be super interesting.
Awesome.
All right.
And
so
the fourth winner is Jean Ann Miller. So again, if you'll fill out that giveaway form, that would be awesome. Again, Andrea, thank you so much for blessing us tonight with all this wealth of information. I feel empowered. I think anybody who came tonight, all the comments that have been coming through are like, we're all feeling empowered to keep going forward and being the CEO of our own health and finding solutions. There are so many solutions available to us, and let's just keep looking and finding those. So thank you, Andrea. Thank you if you watch this on YouTube or on the Facebook page. We love you all.
Take care, guys. All right, we're going to transition.